Hi, this is Tom Shanahan of spiritualadrenaline.com. I'm here today with Lama Tolstrom Yeshe of the KTD Monastery in Woodstock, New York. We're here to talk about specific teachings of the Dharma and the interrelationship with addiction recovery. Lama, thank you so much for coming today.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
So what does the Dharma teach that's relevant for people in addiction recovery?
One of the most important things is our inherent goodness, that the word is Buddha nature, that our essential nature is primordial wisdom, basic goodness, noble heart. That the badness, you might say, comes later, and it's only superficial.
I see.
You can get your clothes dirty, but you can wash them.
Wow.
And so this is a very good antidote to self-loathing. A lot of times people that are addicted to alcohol or drugs have a very low self-image of themselves. They look at themselves as being perhaps slightly above Adolf Hitler. And again, I have worked in a prison as a prison chaplain, and the prison is full of people that have that very low self-image of themselves. And it is something that is actually incorrect, because all that is necessary is to remove the dirt that is covering that essential goodness that is there. And ways to do it, first of all, are forgiveness. That I really stress forgiveness.
Forgiveness of self?
Forgiveness. If you cannot forgive yourself, you cannot forgive other people. You don't know how to forgive. You have to forgive yourself first.
Okay.
And it's the hardest person to forgive.
Yeah, it absolutely is. What are the teachings of the Dharma on gratitude?
Well, if we look at our lives, no matter how rough our life is, that we have a long list of things that we can be grateful for. Mm-hmm. The very fact that we are alive and breathing can be wonderful if you can let yourself experience it without overlay of the self-loathing, right, and overlay of lots of other negative emotions. That I grew up in a household where my mother was mentally ill. Mm-hmm. She would go into rages. She would beat me with a leather belt to the point where I would be bleeding sometimes. She would go into rages. It was a very traumatic childhood. By the time I was 17, I would stay awake at night fantasizing on how I was going to kill her.
Wow. Wow.
But after coming in contact with Buddhism, I went from medication for depression to meditation. And haven't been back to the psychiatrist since. I put him out of a job. But what happened then was I realized that my mother was responsible for this body. And I love my body. Right. I love being alive. That this is my most precious possession. And she took care of me well enough so that I reached adulthood and could take care of myself.
Yeah, you know, I find in my own personal experience that true healing comes from within. When you talked about now no longer need to go to the psychiatrist, but finding it through Buddhism. You know, if we can look inside at ourselves and get to know ourselves, that's what I found personally true healing.
Yeah, and so there are a long list of things that I feel grateful about, things that she has done for me. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, there is a phrase in Tibetan Buddhism which is manure for the field of awakening. And what I came to realize was that my childhood was a field of manure. Maybe I should say a pile of manure.
But it was necessary for you to become who you are today.
Exactly. If you look at it as shit, it's a problem. If you look at it as manure, it's a resource.
Thank you so much, Lama. If you're interested in more of the teachings of the Dharma and recovery, the interrelationship, you can visit our website at spiritualadrenaline.com, or you can visit the KTD website at www.kagYgu.org. Thank you so much, Lama.